Really, BMT? Really? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what you niggas is doing now? You niggas is gonna act like as if you don't know what time it is, and you're gonna act like all of a sudden Zeus Network are the bad guys, and nah, 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 nah. Nah, I ain't gonna let that slide. I ain't gonna let you drop some fucking goofy ass stream like this and not say something. Let me run this real quick so you guys can understand why I need to respond to this.
All right. I posted this in the Black Man Travels Facebook group. Let me see if I can click on it and zoom in on it a little bit more. And like I say, man, I know most brothers don't pay any attention to this bullshit right here. But what's kind of like, surprising is the fact that they're actually having the show in Colombia. All right. And if you guys have never heard of Baddies Gone Wild and Bad Boys, okay, they've been doing shows for a couple of years now. I believe they got a couple of seasons in the can, and this is the most degenerate, okay, the most disgusting content anybody could distribute, all right, about any black person's image. Okay, the majority of cast members on both sides are black and white, okay, and I'm sorry, all black. And it's like the down bottom of the down bottom, the lost of the lost. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, just imagine, just finding the worst elements of a society and putting it on TV. This is what this is. If you're not familiar with the Zeus Network, this is what the type of content that they make, okay? This is not MTV, real world, where it's kind of creative and interesting to a certain degree. They got different, types of individuals. They don't necessarily try to stereotype, people. This right here, and it's crazy because it's by a black man, all right, who supposedly went to some type of, I guess, a strong religious background. I don't know how you can put this out and feel comfortable with himself. I'm going to show you some of the allegations in a moment. Yes, there are allegations against him. We're going to show that in a moment. Shot by man, Political Flacco, for exposing this guy. But there takes not even 2% of talent to make and produce this type of show. Okay, it is totally easy. Listen, I got a background in film production. Listen, I was, from working in that industry for almost 20 years, I was even offered a show right before I left for Colombia, right before I left the country.
Yeah, nigga. We don't want to hear about that shit. So you're talking about it don't take 2% of talent. So, nigga, let me ask you a question, because I'm gonna cook. If any of you guys have watched my videos, you don't even need to know anything further to know why I'm gonna cook. For the 5 niggas that have watched my content, it was inevitable I'd say something about BMT running this live stream. Motherfucker, how dare you fix your lips to talk about this is the worst elements of black people, this is the rah, 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 rah. Nigga, shut up. All you guys do is produce bullshit, okay? The vast majority of the content that you guys put out is no different than this shit right here. Absolutely no fucking different. In fact, in a minute, he's going to show you, okay, the trailer that they have from the last season that they did in the DR. And I want you niggas to tell me what's really the difference. You guys will act like as if, I find it crazy because I watched the whole stream. Yeah, I watched this whole stream to see if maybe, before I responded, maybe BMT would say something to acknowledge that the parts of what him and these other niggas in the Parcel Bro space have done to contribute to why this show is doing this. Because you do understand the reason why they're going to Colombia after, think about it now. Because I don't watch this shit. I'm not watching no Zeus Network. Bro, I'm British. I don't give a fuck about no fucking Zeus Network and baddies, this and that. But this is what you niggas produce. You niggas in America produce this shit. You're talking about the Zeus Network, but the Zeus Network didn't make you guys put harlots and whores on your YouTube fucking channels. You chose to do that. Zeus Network didn't make you guys go down to Cartagena and to Medellin and to primarily make content about the clock tower and Parqueades. You chose to do that, nigga. And the crazy thing is, and I'm really gonna, bro, I'm gonna completely eviscerate this nigga today. Even later on in his own Ross Clark stream, bro, he says some shit that feeds into the reason why this exists. I'll show you what I mean later on. Just try and watch the whole video, yeah? Because you niggas, some of you low IQ motherfuckers start foaming at the mouth when you hear someone with a different accent speak, and then what you do is you go to the comment section. Man, shut your goofy ass up, okay? If you're low IQ, nigga, just click off the video now. Just click off the video before you embarrass yourself. Alright, let's click off the fucking video. This ain't a space for guys who are fucking stupid. I promise you it ain't. Okay? So, the thing about this is, BMT, I'm sorry, bro, you are considered by a lot of dudes to be one of the reasons why today and last year and the year before, why recent times people say that, oh, South America, they're cracking down, it's cooked, You're one of the guys that they attribute being part of the reason. You, Taylor Made Dreams, you notice how Taylor Made Dreams, he's rode off into the sunset now with his old ass? That fucking fossil, he's gonna sat down somewhere because he knows his time coming up. And look, Look, I'm not, I'm not trying to, you know, but I'm just being honest, right? These guys made this content promoting certain shit, and you're acting like it took the Zeus network to do it. Bro, the Zeus network is doing it because you guys did it. You guys did it first. And the thing about BMT is BMT's the type of guy where he always likes to try and, you know, act like it's not him, and he wants to try and shift the blame over to someone else, right? That entire time when these niggas was talking about Brazil and what was going on with Floyd and whatever, what did I say? What did I say in my videos? I said that these niggas are always trying to pass the buck. They're trying to act like it's not them. They're trolling, it's making that. So either they was making jokes out of it, or they was trying to do damage control like BMT. That's what I said. I've literally got in my previous video saying that, bro. So I'm not making up anything. I already called you niggas out. That's why I made the video on not on Skylar, but on his audience, right? On the niggas in the passport bro space. I made that video where I'll say calling niggas out, saying, yo, why are you guys all of a sudden saying, oh man, no, Skylar should have known, you know, he did make light of it. That's why they cried. Nah, because you guys were laughing with him. You were kiki. It was all funny before he got sniped. It was all funny. When Skylar's sitting up there talking about foldables and he's got the fucking, you know, all this kind of shit going on. And you guys have got to understand, I don't have an issue with the lifestyle shit that they're talking about. I've never made a video where I've gone in on these guys for pay for playing or sugar babies. I've never made a video where I cussed them specifically out on that. My angle from the first fucking Ross Clark video I've dropped, and like I always say, I know only 5 niggas watch my channel, but this is the problem, because I've always fucking said the issue is your content affects the outlook and the perception of black people. Now, some of you may not get it because I'm from the UK, but that's why it pisses me off more. If I'm not even from America, but when I travel, because I do travel, I'm not a nigga who just sits around. I travel. When I travel, I have to deal with the stereotypes projected about you niggas. They don't initially look at me as being separate from you. And the fact of the matter is that's the craziest thing. Like, you guys don't understand that because most of you are black Americans. But the way how you get perceived affects the rest of us too. Okay? No different than these fucking Nigerian and African ass scammers when they used to do some stupid ass shit over in Europe, in a place like Italy, and they want to run around and do goofy ass shit, and, you know, they're over in fucking Tokyo in Japan doing stupidness. Yeah, it affects the way the rest of black people look. Now, yes, some people, when they understand that you're not from these places, they can make the distinction. And I fucking need you guys to keep pushing FBA, keep pushing that no one's the same, they not like us. Please keep pushing that, bro. Because it needs to be clear to the whole world that black Americans are just their own lane. I need them to know that, because you guys are not good for the brand, bro. You are fucking cooking this shit. Like, world travel as a black person was way better before you niggas got involved. That's just the truth. I don't give a fuck what you have to say about it. Hit the dislike, nigga. Cry in the comments. I don't give a fuck. The truth of the matter is any black person who was, even for black Americans, even the black Americans that were traveling before you niggas got into the space, they will tell you it was better. So it's not even just me saying that as a non-American. Even for black Americans who were traveling before you guys blew up these spots, even they will tell you it was better back then. But you're sitting here, BMT, talking about Zeus Network and Baddies Gone Wild. So the fuck what, nigga? Let them get their bag. Let them run it up. I hope they do. I hope they go to Colombia. I hope they hit Brazil next. And I hope they fucking pull over to Thailand. I do. I 100% hope they do all that shit. I hope they get their numbers. I hope it goes triple platinum, triple diamond. I hope they run that shit the fuck up. Yes, I do. Why do I hope that? Because you niggas created this shit. You niggas created. They might as well. They might as well. I want you guys to pay the price for the bullshit you put out here. That's what I want. Because look at you sitting up here now, crying and whining. Man, this is the most degenerate. What? And niggas doing that shit with the yacht parties and all that before. That wasn't the same thing? Got women all shaking their ass up in the fucking camera, doing late night first. You got chicks on the live stream with you. You got your audience in there throwing super chats saying, tell us to give us a spin. Give us a spin. You're telling me that wasn't the same shit that... How is it any different? In fact... what you guys was doing was worse. What you guys do is worse, because I don't watch this show, but I'm gonna get to it. Let me let it run, yeah. And what speed is this shit in? Because I can't. Alright, it's in 1.6 already, bro. That shit still feels slow. But anyway, let me get to some of the other things, right? Because I want to point out certain things within his stream just to show you guys how niggas like BMT are just full of shit. And I've never done a video on you, BMT. I've kind of low-key called you out it here and there in other videos, but I've never made you the subject of a video. But today, we're going to change that shit, because this is some bullshit. Also, I just want to point out, you see this guy, right? You see this guy in the chat here on BMT stream? Notice how he's not in the actual live chat, yeah? Because BMT obviously blocked him. When someone gets blocked on a YouTube, on a live stream, in the live replay, you won't see their comments. So it's good when YouTubers put this chat up because it makes it where we can see what niggas were saying, right? I don't think they think about it like that because these guys are fucking dumb a lot of the time. But, you know, this guy said that niggas ruin everything. Y'all think you're different. I can't say y'all because I'm British. It sounds corny for me to say that. It's in your blood, same beast. Woo! Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I can see why BMT blocked him.
Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
Questions later.
Nigga, why do you niggas say that stupid shit? Fair use, YouTube, fair use. You don't need to say that, you fucking weird, superstitious ass niggas. Sorry, man, I can't stand niggas. Like, niggas do not understand how the fucking internet works.
You trigger me, you already know I'm coming.
Now, this is the previous season that they filmed in the Dominican Republic. Oh, disgusting, man. Sorry I had to see that.
You kind of snapped at me. What was up with that?
Okay, can I talk to you for real?
I told you to mind your motherfucking business.
Don't listen because next time I'm punch you in your mouth.
You didn't even run the cabbie, so how you gonna come in the house when
Because
you
he
run
feel like it's an easy pay.
But it's not.
Landon said something to you?
Just want to address them now. No.
You standing on business.
Yeah. This dude's going to be in Cartagena, Colombia. Can you believe it, guys? Can you imagine running into one of these motherfuckers while you're in your travels? Like, I would never, ever imagine that it'd be people like this amongst us in these foreign circles, man.
But why not? Because they already are, nigga. They already are. BMT, what are you talking about? I would never imagine. Nigga, this is already what you guys were exporting, though. This is already what you guys were pushing. Alright, cool. I'll be real. I've not seen you guys push the Batman thing. I'll be real about that. Yeah, I'll be fair. I've not seen that specific shit. And I'll be honest, the first time I actually watched this, I didn't even catch that. I'll be real. Yeah, so it is what it is. The show is definitely trash. Okay? There's Zeus Network, their show, Baddies, whatever the fuck, Bad Boys DR. Yeah, this is definitely more like Batty Boys DR. Yeah, this is not, this ain't it. But at the end of the day, what have I said to you niggas before? When I was talking about people like, what's that nigga name? The Somalian nigga, what's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Right, when I was talking about guys like him, yeah, and about how these guys will go to these countries and be crashing out and doing the most or whatever, right? You got the Rellos of the world. You got fucking NYC, what's his name? NYC The Future. Guys like that. When you look at these niggas, they all have one thing in common. They were born and raised in your Ross Clark country in America, bro. You guys will try and say, oh, but this one's not from here. He's not FBA. Nigga, they're from your country, man. I'm not talking about how messed up our cultures are as black people. They are messed up in general. However, the main reason why I made videos and I spoke about you niggas is because you export it as content. Yeah? You'll do this on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Instagram Lives, TikTok Live, YouTube Live, everything, bro. You do every single form of content, showing yourself out there, showing your ass, doing the most, okay? Being just straight up goofies, right? You'll be showing prostitutes and hoes saying, this is my girl, I met her in the library. Building an entire fucking catalog and audience base off of that. Like, bro, Travelversity and Game Abroad literally built their audience base off of hoes and harlots. Am I wrong? Even International Zoe built a lot of his audience off of that. BMT, so, like, all you guys have been able to build your shit off of either associating with niggas who's on foolishness or being in the foolishness yourself, whether part-time or full-time. And the problem with a lot of you guys is because here and there you might drop a little Sunday sermon or you might talk a little bit about some business here and there, you think that that makes you a cut above these other niggas. But the reality is, even the guys that's watching that shit, they're only watching it because they was originally pulled in by you talking about, you know, booty cheeks. There are people who come on YouTube and make travel content and not a single fucking video has got anything to do with that. And they build audiences. But guess what? Most of them ain't black Americans. But there's even some black Americans who've done it, right? I literally shouted a guy out in my own fucking YouTube community post, right? Which is Sly's Life. But I've seen you niggas and I was going to do, bro, there's so much shit lately I've seen from you guys because it's been a little minute since I dropped a video. There's been so much shit I've seen from the Passport Bro space in the last few months, yeah, that I could have cooked on. And I just can't be fucking bothered. But this is some shit I had to say something about because it goes back to what I've said in my own videos. Go and look at my earliest videos, all the videos I dropped, bro. Even when I was talking about Skylar, I've never made a video about Skylar himself. I've never made a video about Skylar talking about foldables, about him talking about Brazil. I've never made him any videos about his yacht parties or nothing like that. I've never made videos about that. The only time I spoke on Skylar was when a serious situation happened. He thought it was funny to clown about it and troll. And I said, that's not a good look. Everything I've attacked when it comes to the Passport Bros is about their content. Now BMT sitting up here, mad at Zeus Network because of their content. But you niggas were already doing this. If you weren't, then why was I saying what I was saying? And it wasn't just me. But quite frankly, there wasn't that many guys calling it out on video. Yeah? The fact of the matter is Zeus Network is just doing what you're doing for Syndicate TV. That's it. They're just doing it with a network behind them. That's it. You got Natalie Nunn up here. Yeah, it is what it is. But this is what your culture in America produces anyway. This is what you've exported. This is why niggas in the UK think doing UK drill is cool. Because niggas in Chicago did it first. And yeah, niggas in the UK are goofy for trying to copy that shit. But at the end of the day, that's what happens, bro. You gotta accept that. Even when you guys go to other countries, one of the #1 things you use as a W is you say, yeah, man, they be fucking with black people, man. You know, they've all seen the hip-hop culture. You use the fucking Pookie hip-hop culture as a W for yourself, as a way to win in these countries for yourselves. You guys style yourselves that way. I travel. Don't fucking try and lie to me. You guys like to walk around with the jerseys on and the fitted caps, the hip-hop style, the chains on, right? You guys like to dress like this, bro. And you say that's your culture. Okay. But then you can't be mad when they come on here and they're just doing the same thing, bro. That's why these shows exist. That's why they get numbers. Because you niggas like to watch it. Because it ain't fucking white and Asian fucking people who are running up the numbers. There might be a couple ghetto white people watching it. Yeah. But for the most part, it's black people who are rewarding this shit. Look at BET in the last fucking however long. Right? It's not even owned by black people at this point. But look at the fucking dysfunction and degeneracy that they'll push out. This is what you guys have as your culture. You need to hold that. That's your primary culture. Don't tell me about what niggas did in the 60s and the 50s. You're not them niggas. You're not them. You are not those black people. You are not the black people from the Reconstruction era. You are not them. You're not the black people from the Civil Rights era. You're not those black people, bro. You are the black people who have come up and you push dysfunction as your image. You then went overseas and did the same. I've said in previous videos before, Travel and Passport Bros was supposed, that could have been an opportunity for black people, especially you guys in America, but all black people, but especially in America, this could have been an opportunity for you to reclaim your image and to have a new image overseas, but you didn't. The first fucking thing you did when you got overseas was you started producing content that was the same old ghetto ass shit that you could have done way back home. And most of you applaud it, celebrate it, and promote it. And when someone like me comes along and makes a video calling the shit out, I'm a hater, I'm a tether, I don't travel, all of this shit. But now BMT thinks he can come up here like he's some Samaritan and talk some... Nah, what? Because you got a wife over in Thailand now? I don't even know if she's your wife. But you're saying she's your wife. I know you've had a kid with her. But even a lot of that shit, it's like, okay, and? It's like, so you niggas come out here, you contribute to the poison. It's like the niggas that be doing the most, selling drugs, fucking up their community, fucking up their hood, right? And then they go to prison, do their time, they do the crime, do the time, come out, and then now they're on podcast making a bag off of talking about how they've repented and how they have to make amends. So what? Now we're gonna pay you for being an ain't shit nigga. We're gonna. So you was already getting rewarded by the community when you was doing this shit. Then you got locked up and had to sit down and do some time. Okay, you wasn't winning then, but on the other side of it, you come outside, and now niggas is trying to give you not passports. They're trying to give you podcasts, airtime. They want you in front of the mic. They want you talking to the youth. Yeah, man, could you tell us about how it was like inside, man? So now we're rewarding niggas for being degenerates. How about this? How about you just cut off their oxygen, cut off all their airtime? Don't let them get no fucking say. But they don't do that because the black community understands that that type of dysfunction is what everyone buys into and responds to. That's what gets the numbers. You guys should just be celebrating people who are decent from day one and cut everything else out. But you don't, because truth be told, you ain't shit. This is why I was going to say why what you guys do as your content is worse than what you're showing me of this show. Let me explain to you why. All of the footage that they showed was in a resort, bro. It was all in like a isolated location, okay? Everything they showed. Yeah, they showed them on like a boat or whatever. But even a boat's going to be hired out. They're just going to go to the boat, you know, to and fro. They're basically just staying in a resort in the DR. I didn't see them in outside with the honeys or nothing like that interacting with locals. Now, I ain't watched the show, but I didn't see none of that. And given how gay and zesty they were showing a lot of these niggas to be from that show, it seems to me like for the most part, that's primarily what's going to be out there. When you niggas make content, you specifically make your content in a way that interacts with the locals. You specifically make your content taking the local women and putting them on cameras. That's the reason why in Sasua they keep me telling you, no camera, delete the video, right? Or delete the video was Colombia. But you know, Sasua, this is why they crack down on you niggas. All them creep cams, right, with the glasses and all that shit. This is the reason why. You got motherfuckers going out there and they brought the creep camming over to Asia as well. They brought the creep camming over to Asia, right? The niggas who was over doing it in South America, they went to Asia and now they're doing it over there and running up numbers. You get what I'm saying? And the Asian countries, especially Thailand, they're a lot more lax and laid back with a lot of shit, yeah? But if it gets to a point where they're not as lax, it's going to be you niggas' fault, period. You have to accept that. Not this motherfucking zesty ass batty boy, not him. You, nigga, you. Because the only reason his zesty ass is up there with all these other fucking Fruit Loops, the only reason why these backdoor fucking... the only reason why them man are up there is because of you passport bros that preceded them. I talked about you post-pandemic producers already, man. You've been doing this shit for years now. Ever since 2021, 2022 especially. You guys were producing this content, putting everything out there, blowing up the spots. People tried telling you guys this. This was inevitable. You even... Bro, there's even passport bros who make content celebrating the fact celebrities are trying to go overseas. Why the fuck would you celebrate that? Does that make any logical sense? I want you niggas to tell me right now. Does that make any logical sense? So you are happy that celebrities want to come and raise the prices in these locations. Why are these guys dumb? But this is what I'm saying. You guys are just so excited to make content about, yeah, passport bros, we winning. You want to use anything as a win. You're so desperate, bro. And it's fucking pathetic. It's pathetic. So fuck you niggas. Zeus Network, send your zesty niggas over there. Do your show, get your bag, run it up. Why the fuck not?
But just the local seeing this, you know, like just the image, you know, that was like, it's like we was like shaping our own image in Colombia, right? They got to see, for the most part, in the previous years, everybody, you know, going down to Cartagena, Medellin, they got to see a certain class of the black man. Like guys like me, got like Andre across the border. Shout out to my man Andre. All right, University, like they got to see a certain class of brother out there. You know, brothers got their shit together. You know, brothers, you know, no bullshit, no pookieism or anything like that. And now it's like now they're going to see the worst elements of our society. When it
Did you guys? Are you guys fucking serious, bro? Come on, man. Do you not hear this shit? This nigga just said that before this show, they only saw classy black men in Cartagena and Medellin. Are we fucking serious? Are we fucking serious, bro? You're talking about... But let's be very clear and really zoom in like and understand and translate what the fuck he's talking about. You're talking about Medellin, but specifically Parqueles. You're specifically talking about Parqueles, nigga. Let's be very clear about this. And then you're talking about Cartagena, where you're specifically talking about the clock tower, nigga. You are not talking about black men who have gone to these countries and they're just going to all over and going to great places. Yes, there are some black men who do that. You called out Andre. To me, and I know Andre, he defends passport bros, which is something that I don't fuck with. Like, I fuck with a lot of other things about him. I've already, you know, given him his flowers on this channel before. Yeah, I used him as the perfect example of the counter to you niggas. But I do feel like he's compromised because he's too locked in with you guys, and he shouldn't be, in my opinion. He should be disassociated from you niggas. So even Andre's got to hold the L for that reason. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, why are you acting like we've not seen what you niggas produced yourselves? I've called this out in my previous videos. The video I did when I said why the Passport Bros image is trash and how to fix it. I called out every single one of these things that you're complaining about this show doing. I already spoke on this in multiple videos. When I was talking about Game Abroad, promoting Nan and showing her and her, you know, oh yeah, man, and showing fucking a harlot and talking about I'm here in the library, which is Soy 6, and all this extra shit. Bro, when I call shit like that out, guys has got an issue with me or acting like I'm wrong. And it's not just me. You can say whatever because I'm from the UK, but when other black Americans call you niggas out for doing it, you got a problem with them too. You'll call them simps, call them plantation bros. Now, yeah, there is such a thing as a plantation bro. That is a real thing. There are guys who don't like the fact you guys are traveling. But I'm not one of the guys who has an issue with you traveling because I travel myself. I don't even care about competing with you guys in these locations. I don't even care about the prices going up. The specific thing I don't like is the stereotypes about black people getting pushed and propagated through media. That's what I don't like. Now, you're sitting here complaining about it coming from Zeus Network, and then you're trying to use yourself as a counter? Are you fucking serious? Are you taking the piss? So you have no self-awareness. You have no fucking self-awareness, and you don't understand how you and the niggas you promote and put on have contributed to why this exists. The only name you said out of them three that is worth a damn is Andre. And even Andre, like I said, he's a part of the issue to an extent because he co-signs a lot of you niggas. Then you said Travelversity. Like, bro, do I have to say anything else? Travelversity, do I have to say anything else? Travelversity's only got any fucking life on his channel because he puts because he puts a fucking porn star on there and has her arse cheeks out. Yeah, we're gonna call her what she is, nigga. A chick that I can pull up right now. I can do Control-T, crack open a new tab, and have her watch her getting her cheeks clapped in 4K. I can watch her getting bust down by a white man in 4K. This has got to be some of the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. You sitting there talking about, oh man, it was a different class. When? When you guys are out there on video, you're dressed the same way like how these do, bro. You're telling me. Sorry, I'm sorry. Let's run this back. Like, okay, I can't lie. These guys are zesty, bro. I can't lie. It is definitely some. But look, like how this guy. Look. You telling me a lot of you niggas ain't going outside looking like this? You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys be dressing like that, especially this with the wife beater. You guys love to. This is your fucking #1 look. The wife beater, the basketball shorts, and the slides. That's your look. With the fitted cap, that's the only thing missing. But a lot of you be wearing this shit as well. Like, I get it that they might have added a little extra zest. They might have sprinkled some extra fucking zest on top of it. But at the end of the day, like, this is what you guys do. Be out on the fucking beach with your Jordans on and shit. Extra tight. Like, bro, let's just keep it real. They're not, like, besides the fact that it's batty, man, for the most part, I don't see that from you guys. So I'm not just trying to make up shit, yeah? That's not the purpose of my content. I don't make up bullshit, bro. Because I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to call out the actual shit you do. And the actual shit you've been doing, and I know you've been doing it because I've made videos proving that you guys are like that. And I don't have to make videos. Anyone who watches your content for more than 5 fucking seconds knows that's what you push. We can just go look through the thumbnails and see that's what you push. But you're surprised that they're out here. But here's my question. How is this any different? They're out here on the boat, right? They're on the yacht. Oh my God, bro. No, let's get the fuck up. Let's not go back there. But look, you see them on the boat, right? You see them on the boat, right? But it's like, how is this, besides the fact that they're adding the extra drama to it and making it some chichi man thing, besides that, right? Look at this. Like, these niggas being on the boat. How is this, hurry up. How is this, like, yeah, it's extra zesty. Oh my Lord, this is some, bruh. You guys in America, you would never see a show like this come out of the UK. You would never see some shit like this come out with just black men in the UK. Never. A whole show. You might be able to get 1 or 2 chichi man from the UK on a show over here, but you're not gonna have a whole roster. Nah, bro. Nah. For multiple seasons at that, nah. Nah, you niggas gotta do something about that shit. But look, here's the thing, right? In terms of the activity, though, of what they're doing, being on the boat, this is the shit you niggas do. You gotta accept the fact that this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen because you produced it. You showed them. I want you guys to understand. You guys made the content, and your content got numbers. And you encouraged a lot of other guys. Get your passports, okay? Well, you guys have been saying, even BMT was always saying, we can't control who decides to go and get their passports. It's not on the content creators. It's not our fault. It's not. You guys were trying to always say that it's not your responsibility as a content creator how you influence other people, other black people. Oh, well, here's the influence, nigga. Here's the fucking influence in 2026. Here you go. You didn't want to accept no responsibility, though. Just like when I called out Zoom to Thailand for not accepting responsibility. Zoom to Thailand sitting there talking about the prices is going up. There's a bad element in Thailand. Yet and still, he makes videos. And he's still doing it, by the way. He's still doing this content. He's still doing the content that attracts that bad element. But he's complaining. There has to be something, like, there's something seriously wrong with these niggas. There is something seriously wrong with these niggas that they can't understand how they are directly responsible for this shit. There's something wrong with these niggas. I'm telling you.
This is the other one. This is the girl side. The girl side, of course, is even worse. Somebody said, all right. They're going to be so lonely in Colombia. They're going to be lonely as hell in Colombia. They're not going to get no type of play in Colombia, bro. Not at all. The local men don't give a damn about, them being so-called reality stars. Okay.
Bro, is this guy smoking crack? Why would a local Colombian man, if he had the opportunity to smash and knock down an American chick, why would he not do that? What's wrong with these niggas? Do these niggas live in the real world, bro? Do these Negroes live in the real world? What man, if he just got some punani thrown at him, that especially some foreign punani, because a Colombian man is never getting access to an American woman on a regular day, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, they can go, they're women, bro. Men are thirsty worldwide. They could go anywhere on this planet and get hit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the problem with you niggas in the passport bro space and a lot of you niggas that, like, you guys are so desperate to have the women hold an L. The women already hold an L for other reasons, bro. But you guys love to manufacture some shit. This is why I can't take you serious and why no one is going to respect you niggas. No man that lives in the real world is ever going to think they're going to get no play in Colombia. So you're telling me a man's going to whoop her? Why are you acting like the Colombian men are dealing with women that are somehow, like, what? They don't have ratchets over in Colombia. They don't have ratchets over there. Like, what are you talking about? What the actual fuck are you talking about? The women have been traveling and getting knocked down globally. Before even a lot of you niggas was going out there, before your ass was going out there, BNT, women have been traveling and getting knocked down in other countries. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm sorry, bro. I had to just comment on that because these niggas say some stupid ass shit sometimes. Like, I get that you hate black American women. I hear it. But, nigga, like, you can shit on Keisha using some actual facts. Not saying some stupid shit like that.
It's like a whole bunch of goddamn hyenas. A whole bunch of goddamn...
Work before
This nigga trying to tell me, this nigga, so BNT, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. This nigga trying to say, she looked like she damn near Colombian herself. You're telling me Colombian men ain't gonna want that or that other one? Hold on, let me try and get the freeze frame of them sitting like that. You're telling me, bro, they look like they're fucking Colombian, bro. They look like they could be Latinos. You're telling me that the man in Colombia ain't gonna want to knock these down. Man, shut your stupid ass up.
Who is she to get my attention? You know what I
Back for the bloody nose.
I was giving you that work before that bloody nose.
Okay, it is what it is.
Who is she to get my attention? You know what I mean? Miss Germany.
Why didn't they just film this shit down? We're going to break this down, too. Like, why didn't they just keep this in America? Like, what is the purpose of going to Colombia and filming this bullshit?
I don't know, BNT. What was the purpose behind you niggas bringing your bullshit to Colombia and filming it? What was the purpose behind that? Huh? Why didn't you keep that shit in America? Huh? Why didn't you guys keep your ghetto pookie ass shit over in America? Why have you brought it all the way over to Southeast Asia? Why have I seen videos of you niggas fighting in the streets in fucking Tokyo? Huh? And yes, it was black Americans that were fighting because I saw some niggas try to say they were African. No, they were fucking black Americans. Shut the fuck up. I want you guys to explain to me why. Why is it your Keishas are fighting ladyboys over in Pattaya? Huh? Because all the shit you're seeing on here, there are videos from you guys that are similar. Or do you think we forgot about the black American dudes who were fighting with the fucking pros in Cartagena? Because you're saying that you think this show's going to take place in Cartagena, right? Okay. Well, we've already seen videos of niggas fighting in Cartagena and getting angry at the women in Cartagena. And fighting with the pros in Cartagena. That's some fucking baddies and type content right there. That's some Zeus Network TV shit right there. You guys have literally got people in a space that you co-sign or that you're associated with or that you don't call out. And those guys will go and take trips where you guys fund them and send their money so they can specifically make content similar to this. Crashing out, doing the most in foreign countries. You're asking, why is Zeus Network doing it? Why are you doing it? Zeus Network is that's a network. Their job is to generate entertainment. They've got employees and staff and people that they've got to pay and keep up certain shit. So it makes sense why they would get desperate with the content because they need to keep up their numbers and keep up their ratings so that they can actually pay and fucking survive. But you're independent creators. You have the ability to go and make anything you want. Motherfuckers make videos just sitting there reviewing food. Just sitting there on a live stream talking about the fucking Big Mac that they ate. And they make money doing this. You niggas could have just done food reviews around the world. You could have gone and just gone to different resorts around the world and made content off of that. But the reason why you niggas don't do that is two reasons. One, because it doesn't bring the same numbers that you guys know putting arse cheeks on the videos will bring. And two, because quite frankly, you niggas ain't like that. You wouldn't want to make that content. You'll find it boring yourself. You're not like that. That's the reason why you didn't make that content. You are fascinated with the same shit. So the content you produce is what you want. You guys don't want to make no intellectual content. You don't want to talk about investing and these type of things. Stop the fucking cap. You want to make the baddies fucking shows. That's why you did that. You got a nigga over in Thailand who remade Pop the Balloon. And I think he stopped doing that now because it wasn't getting the numbers like he probably wanted. But he tried to export that shit over there. I didn't see you niggas calling it out. In fact, BMT, you promoted it. You promoted when that fucking goofy ass nigga, what's his fucking name? Flight Madness, Danny Flight, fucking weirdo dude. When he went over and went on that Pop the Balloon show in Thailand, you promoted the shit on your channel. You thought it was funny. Oh, man. Oh, what was it like, man? It was all ha 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 ha. But I saw that and I was asking myself the same thing you're asking yourself about this. Why did you export that shit? Why would you do that? And why would you, BMT, put that on your channel and push it even further? Because all you niggas is like that. That's the truth, BMT. Don't be mad because Zeus Network didn't call your ass up and cut you a check. Don't be mad, because that's really all it is. Because something tells me if they hit your inbox with a certain offer, your goofy ass would be right up there. Right? And look at these comments in the chat. Look at these comments. Like, this guy is the only one saying some real shit in here, right? Because he's talking about whoever hates Passport Bros, this is them trying to export trash culture and make them hate all of us Americans. Bro, they don't have to do that. You already have been doing that. Bro, before this show hasn't even gotten to Colombia yet. In Colombia already, they're already locking down on you niggas. They're already trying to stop you guys coming in with too much condoms, and there's already been consequences. So what the fuck does Zeus Network have to do with the consequences you're already facing? What does Zeus Network have to do with the fact that in Sosua, they wanted to lock that shit down? What does Zeus Network have to do with the fact that in Brazil, they're coming out and creating fucking police forces and shit, trying to strategize to counteract sex tourism? And what the fuck does Zeus Network have to do with that shit? Nothing. Zeus Network is coming after the fact in 2025, 2026, and they're just trying to get a bag off of what you guys have already been doing. That's it. You can't be mad at them because all they're doing is the upgraded version, the more scripted version of what you niggas do. That's it. Had you kept all of this out of the internet for the last 4 years, none of this would have happened. Facts. And I want to say none of this would have happened, but you have to understand that the reason why they're going to bring this shit overseas is because that's part of the flex. Yeah, man, we did baddies and we didn't just do in the USA. We took it worldwide. That's part of the flex. Yeah, man, we was over and like, bro, there's no way they're not coming to Brazil. Right now, they've done what? DR, and they're on to Colombia this year, right? Best believe 2027 is Brazil. You think that that's not gonna, they ain't already got that lined up. Baddies Brazil. It sells itself, bro. Baddies Brazil. It's alliteration. That's a natural title. Bad Boys Brazil. That's 100% going. They're gonna be in Rio de Janeiro going crazy. Bro, 1,000% they're doing it in Brazil. I would wager this is the exact trajectory of this show if they keep going for the next few years, right? If they don't cancel it or something. This is what I would project. Colombia, 2026. Brazil, 2027. Thailand, 2028. Remember I said that shit. I guarantee that's the play. I guarantee it. If they don't go to Thailand in 2028, they're going next year. But Thailand is after South America, 100%. They're not, if they cross over to Asia, they're 1,000% hitting Thailand before anywhere else. I'd be shocked if they did somewhere other than Thailand. It's just like when you niggas brought Rolling Loud over to Asia. The first place you niggas brought Rolling Loud was Pattaya. That was the first place. I was there the year that you did it. I was there in that year, okay? In 2023, in April. I was there, bro. It was Songkran and it was Rolling Loud. First Rolling Loud ever in Asia, okay? You always export the dysfunction worldwide. But the crazy thing is, usually you guys are proud of that. Yeah, man, our culture's everywhere. They trying to imitate us. They're just trying to cosplay. They tethers. That's what you guys say. Well, these guys ain't being no tethers. They're black Americans exporting it. What's the problem? They're not cosplaying. They're the genuine article. That's what's so crazy. You guys get mad about people who will cosplay a dysfunctional culture. The fact that you would see an African trying to cosplay a ghetto nigger and you think that that's somehow him trying to be like you. That's, boy. Now, I want you guys to just notice something. And I think a lot of you will miss it. You're going to miss it, but don't worry. I'm going to point the shit out for you, okay? Because it's just ironic in the face of what he spent this entire stream, or most of the stream, complaining about with that fucking Zeus Network shit. It's very ironic given what he's about to say in this part.
And it's still technically beta mode right now, but everything is working. All right, we totally revamped the app. It's still a community, All right. But at the top of the community is the ultimate AI travel assistant in Jeffrey AI. Okay. Let me go back to the top real quick. All right. So this is Jeffrey AI. You can ask it anything about travel. This is not data from just the internet. This is actually the information of 30,000, all right, of us, well travelers, well veteran travelers. We was able to get information. I want to give a shout out to my man, Andre from Love Crossing Boys. Let me see if I got him up on the screen. Hold on. Let me pull my man Andre up. All right. He was able to upload, a PDF from one of his consultation. His PDF was great, man. It was like 30 pages. Matter of fact, let me pull up the PDF too. All right. He uploaded it to Jeffrey AI because you can load a PDF and it scans the PDF. All right. And it gives you all the information from somebody that's actually been living there for almost 10 years. That's the difference between any AI bot. We know it's got ChatGPT and stuff like that. But I remember I was in Vietnam and Da Nang. I was Googling, I was ChatGPT and it didn't find me anything. All right. It found me an empty little hip hop club, one little club, and it was dead as hell. But I ran to a guy that lived in Da Nang, Vietnam. He took us to the most popping club, all right, in Da Nang. Believe it or not, you got Brazilians in there and everything like that, Brazilian women, women from Bulgaria, Vietnamese, all types in this club bar. I should have played it, but all types, bro. And I took the information that I know, and I also inserted the Jeffrey AI, man. So this is a great, all right, app. Guys, make sure to download it. The link is in the description. Yeah, it's important. It's important. But I'm going to tell you why it's even more so important. All right. We have a safety feature on this as well. All right. It's not live just yet, but it will be live probably this week where you can actually enter, all right, a picture of, somebody maybe questionable as you're dating overseas. I'm just going to say overseas. We got Passport Pro Reels too. All right. It's my ex-girlfriend right there, by the way. All right. But you can enter a picture of them and it will actually do its research to see if she has any questionable allegations. All right. Over the years, we've compiled a list of, information as far as different women that we don't care if it offends anybody. We don't give a damn. All right. The information will be uploaded to Jeffrey AI sometime this week. All right. Some of the information is already in there. And you can take a picture or you can upload a picture and they'll say, hey, this woman is known to do this and do that. You might want to avoid her. All right.
So did you guys catch it? Did you guys catch it? Did you guys catch it? I let him talk. And you guys can go watch the full stream, by the way. I'm not, the stream's up there. I didn't, I'm not omitting anything he said. I listened to the whole stream, bro, to see if maybe at some point he'd fucking acknowledge it or take accountability. I tried to hear him out, bro. This nigga sat up here and promoted his Jeffrey AI. And what was the two specific things he just used to promote it? He said that when he was in Da Nang, okay, and he was trying to use ChatGPT to find locations or places to go, he said that it told him one hip-hop club and it was kind of shit and whatever, right? He said that he met a local, or not a local, sorry, but he met someone living out there, an expat or whatever, and that person was able to tell him a place that was popping and it had Brazilians in there and it had women from here and So that was the first selling point, that it can tell you where to go to find a nightclub that's lit, where you can get it popping, to find the women, the Brazilians and the... You see what I'm saying? So you're selling the AI on the basis of where you could go to find women. He didn't say nothing about the places you can go to invest. He didn't say nothing about the places you can go that would be good for you to try and maybe start a business, or good places to go and eat food, or nothing that general travel content would focus on. He specifically said the clubs and where the baddies is at. Basically, he basically said where the hose is at. In not so many words, that's what he basically said. And the other thing he said was safety. Now, when I first heard that, I thought, oh, maybe he's going to save himself. Nope. Because then he was talking about safety in relation to the women drugging you. So he's talking about the same shit, because the women drugging you, for the most part, is going to come from what? Sex workers, hookers, hoes. That's mostly where that shit's going to come from. Now, I'm not going to say that that's the only place, because he does talk. He was talking about that in the stream. But let's be real now. Whenever you've heard the stories where guys are talking about getting drugged, overwhelmingly, what were they doing when that happened? Overwhelmingly. We're not talking about onesie twosies here and there. Overwhelmingly, what is the fucking situation, bro? Let's be real, right? Let's be real. Overwhelmingly, because you can't do nothing if you was minding your business outside and someone drugged you. Like, he said something about an old lady was asked for directions and someone scoping me. Like, what? Like, and even if that is true, okay. Like, but how frequent is that going to be? Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, using the exception does not disprove the rule. Generally speaking, if you're involved in these nightlife, sex work elements in certain countries, you're more likely to deal with certain shit than not. That's just a fact. Okay? That's just a fact. No different than if you go to certain areas within certain cities, you're more likely to see degenerates. They're not. Everyone knows this. It's the same in our own countries. In London, there's certain parts of London, if I go there, I'm going to see fucking people sitting in a corner, shooting it up in their arm, smoking weed, doing the most, cracked out. I'm going to see that in certain areas, bro. And then there's other areas, I'm basically not going to see any of that shit. If I choose to hang out in the places where that shit happens, I might be cool going through there most of the time. But I'm increasing the likelihood I'm going to have to interact with them motherfuckers each time I go past them. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas I could do something to avoid that. Now, what you're talking about is, yeah, we're going to have a safety feature. I mean, let's be clear. I'm not hating on the feature itself, but you had the opportunity. You're promoting your AI on a stream where you're talking about, man, they just want to promote the worst parts of the culture. You know, when we was going there, we was classy and we was da-da-da-da. Your example to prove that point with your AI, you didn't do it. You flopped. You decided to focus your AI and its appeal on where you can find the hose. And then when you find the hose, how to know if she's safe or not. That's what the fuck your AI was. That's what you sold it off of. Am I lying? I just played the fucking clip. That's what he sold it on. And he doesn't have a third reason or fourth. Now, let's be clear. I have no doubt that maybe there's some better practical information on the AI. I'm sure there is, bro. I'd like to think there is. You said that it's got data from 30,000 niggas. It better have some fucking practical shit in there. But it sounds to me like overwhelmingly, your shit is centered around the sex tourism and where the hoes at, and you know what I'm saying? And again, I don't give a fuck about that being the lifestyle. I'm not mad at that specific thing. But in your content, you just promoted that in the same Ross Clark stream where you're complaining about Zeus Network. This is crazy, bro. And the fact that he doesn't at one point acknowledge it or realize how he's a hypocrite, this is why you can't take these niggas seriously. And I'm going to at you in this BMT. I'm going to at you. I'm going to make sure you're tagged. And I know you probably ain't going to say some shit, but you better not say some shit because you don't want to give me ammunition to respond to you. Because as you just demonstrated with this stream, you ain't got it all together, okay? I'm too smart. I'm not one of these dumb niggas that usually responds to you guys. Don't try and fucking do it with me. You'll get cooked, bro. I promise you, you will. I know too much. I travel too much. I've got too much fucking knowledge. You're not going to be able to come over here and say some shit and no. All right? And any one of you fucking cheerleaders that want to jump in the comment section, feel free. All right? I tell you guys all the time, hit the dislike. I don't give a fuck. Whenever anyone else calls you guys out, there's something wrong with us. But now you want to try and call it out because it's the Zeus Network. Nah, nigga. Nah. 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 The Zeus Network is a byproduct of Passport Bros. Period.